Well, the kit has arrived. Boom! Some of you guys might have a hint by just the Sharpie that's on there. But we're going to do a little unboxing here, because who doesn't like some unboxing, right? Who doesn't like some unboxing? So we'll go ahead. Don't mind the dirty floors. I got to scrub these. But that's not what this is about. This is about unboxing the Go Fast parts. Box number 1. Let's see what we have in here. Lots of bubble wrap. We got a belt. We got a pulley bracket. Check it out. And this is what I've been waiting for. Ooh, look at that. So what we have here is a Topguns Ace Supercharger kit, the OG kit. They actually do not sell this kit anymore. It's been discontinued. I think he still has a kit or two laying around, but this unit, if you look, so this is a Vortech unit, V3SI. It is not a Stillen-based kit. This is Aaron from Topguns. This is a kit he sold for a very long time. This kit works extremely well. This kit does not use a Stillen manifold. It doesn't use any of that. Underneath here, I believe, is the install kit, which I'm going to show you what that looks like. That is an air-to-air intercooler kit. So I'm stoked on this, guys. I've been waiting a while. Finally in my hand. And this thing is huge. That thing is pretty big. Let's see what's in this box. It's a pulley, a bunch of harness wrap. What's in here? An anchor bracket. And then we have a stainless line, which I believe is for the oil. And then we have a belt. So that is that whole box there. This box, yes, I already started. I couldn't help myself. So this box, we got a charge pipe, I believe, another charge pipe. So I really like this one. This one is the cast to tube. So this is the one that kind of sneaks through that core support in a weird way. Interesting. All right, what else do we got here? Let's get all this wrapping out of here. So we got some couplers, it looks like. We got some hose. This has to be for the tile blow-off valve. And then we got another pipe here. Just beating them up already. So now we got 2 more charge pipes. Lots of charge pipes. All right. Let's get this out of here. So then we got all our couplers, obviously. We got a 90-degree. And then what do we got in here? We got a nice tile blow-off valve. That looks awesome. So, you know what's under all of this? Because there's a box in a box. I can tell you what's behind it. And that is the huge front mount intercooler. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. This is the front mount that comes on the new Rotrex kit. So this is supposed to be good for about 1,000 horsepower. At least that's what I'm told. Well, this is pretty big. That is a very large intercooler. Here she is. That's a nice looking intercooler. So let's get into it right away. Front mount intercooler, tons of clearance. My oil pan is dramatically lower than the front mount sits, so you're not going to have issues with front end clearance. This car is sitting pretty low, and we still have over probably 5-6 inches to the top of the intercooler. So I'm going to show you kind of the overview first. Boom. And yes, I've done a little bit of custom work to this thing as far as shining stuff up, painting, that kind of stuff. So here's what we got. Obviously, we got the passenger side charge pipe. Yes, that is a bed liner coating on it. Yes, you can comment down below and tell me what you think of it. This whole car is getting bed lined. Surprise. Yeah, I'm the only one that's going to be doing that, promise. So here's the other charge pipe for the driver's side. This has special bends in it that kind of wrap around. I'll move this hose out of the way. Now, the supercharger system, this is, again, the Topguns Ace. This is a Vortech V3 SI, so this is not clocked or sitting in the exact same position that the CR38 is going to be, but everything else is almost identical on the system. So you're going to have a crossover pipe that I am still waiting on. The crossover pipe is going to come right through here, so you're going to have to cut this out. You basically make this bigger, and then it drops down, plumbs right into the top of the intercooler. Your blow-off valve, because it is the same intercooler, it's going to sit pretty close to the condenser. Make sure that you have the intercooler in front of the bracket, because I had it the other way around and I was touching, which I didn't like. So regardless of which way it's supposed to be, this is installed perfectly, brand new bushings, the whole works. I don't think it's an issue with the core support. Mount the intercooler on the front of the bracket. So that's a tile right there. I think there's a couple different options that you can go with. I still got to take this back off. There is a cone for sound. Now what I did, and I'll show you this, did a little bit of custom engineering here. So this is a line that comes up over the top of the radiator, which it's got a huge heat sleeve on it, and it plumbs through, and then it drops down, comes back up around, and I'm using one of the ports off the manifold. Yes, you can drill and tap and add one right behind the throttle bodies. I'm not going to have a flow issue or response issue to it. This is a very, very big line. So you're going to have to plumb to the blow-off valve, obviously. And then the other thing you're going to have to do, I wouldn't even say tricky part, is the power steering setup. So I decided that I wasn't really concerned about air crossing over my power steering cooler. So what did I do? Flip the mounts around like you're supposed to. And then I happened to see that it just perfectly lines up with these two on the core support. And so if you look, tons of clearance in there, surprisingly. So that is where my power steering cooler is sitting for now. And the reason I did that is because I do not want to take up space for the trans cooler and the oil cooler, which are going to be, can move this line, but you get the idea. They're going to be sitting in front of the condenser there. So what did I do? I drilled through the core support. The other one, I used the factory bracket. Now this is going to be hard to see. I did custom bend the lines on the factory bracket. So for example, I flattened out that bracket piece that holds the lines together, completely flattened it so I could still anchor it to the chassis. And then if you look, that is the original crossover that comes through and mounts into both lines. Now as far as the other line, I put a custom bend on that as well. Try to get you down in there. And so where the line comes out, it's bent back closer to the frame rail so that I have clearance around the bottom of the alternator there. The other thing you're gonna have to do is cut the core support. I used a circular tool, so I got like a perfectly circular cut. You don't have to do it that way, but I wanted to keep as much of the factory core support as I could. Again, still got to cut that piece out there. Same thing on this side. You're gonna have to trim some off the bottom. You're gonna have to move where this harness sits here. I flipped it on the inside, and then you're just gonna be missing the piece that's normally on the bottom. And I wouldn't say too bad of a job there. Looks pretty good. Plumbs up into this charge pipe here, inside the fender well. And then right up into where the throttle bodies are gonna be. So this is the setup I got going on right now. I'm waiting on throttle body adapters because I'm actually running the 3-inch 76 mil throttle bodies on this. Shout out to Simplified Garage for the adapter set. They can hook you up with the whole works. We're gonna see. I think it's gonna make a little bit better bottom end torque with the larger throttle bodies. I also think the throttle response is gonna be a lot more fun because you're gonna have more force induction at the blade. So this is kind of the overview of what we got going on. If you guys have not seen the episodes on this project, I'd recommend checking them out because yes, there's goodies under the hood. So is there throughout the entire chassis. This thing was stripped all the way down to the frame, completely redone, and we're getting to the point where we're almost done with it. So I'm personally getting very, very excited about this build. So stay tuned. I hope this video helps some of you guys out there if you were looking at potentially getting the Rotrex kit, or again, I don't think he sells the Ace kit anymore. But as far as power, I know a lot of you guys are curious on power. The Rotrex kit will push you up to 800 horsepower if your engine can handle it. Most likely your engine's not going to be able to handle it if you're running stock internals on it like I am. This particular kit, we're just hoping for around 550, 600 wheel. Fun little sedan to drive around. So that's all I got for you guys today. Stay tuned. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Now that you've heard that I'm going to essentially bedline the entire car, let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about the Supercharger kit. Most importantly, smash the like button, hit the subscribe. Lots of good content coming. We'll see ya.